Good afternoon. My name is MIchał Bartol with the main headlines. In today's news, we'll focus on international events such as the problem of refugees escaping from Syrian civil war to European countries. Then, a few words about current affairs in Poznań, Islamic hackers attack on official websites of the University of Technology in Poznań. Later, the important culture event in Wrocław. Then, sport issue. We'll also mention climate changes. And finally, the weather forecast for today. So, let's begin with the situation of refugees, which is still one of the main topics in whole Europe. Turkey and the European Union have reached a new deal to limit the refugees entering the European Union zone. There are still a lot of refugees escaping from Syria because of the conflict and entering Turkey. Then they cross the Greece border as their first step of the European Union journey. After they enter the European Union zone, they may either immigrate into the European Union countries through the refugee program or simply live underground. We should not underestimate this problem as it also involves the part of Europe we live in. The situation in Germany still remains tense, mainly because of the attacks on women on New Year's Eve. There are a lot of doubts if the refugees can assimilate with European society and respect our moral rules. The political and social changes are at a global range and therefore they have a significant impact on our society. The latest issue in Poznań seems to prove the risk of global community being divided by intolerance. For a few hours, the official websites of University of Technology were hacked by an organization called Falaga Team, the members of which claim they fight against atheism and modern secular society. The information on the websites was replaced by hackers into a note commemorating Islamic victims of Western culture. If we are in the topic of culture, let's turn to Wrocław, which has become one of the most important cities on our continent, as was announced that European Capital of Culture 2016. It is a great opportunity for Wrocław to become more known in the European area and simultaneously to increase the cultural awareness of the citizens. The chance of economical growth is high as more and more visitors participate in what the city offers. All the significant projects, events and exhibitions from all cultural branches are taking place there nowadays. The current issues involve platform of alternative theatre, architectural exhibition called Made in Europe, and Ennio Morricone, the composer of film soundtrack concert. Other meaningful projects include the film festival, New Horizons, and book fair for children and teenagers. So now let's turn to sport. All handball supporters' attention was focused on the 2016 European Men's Handball Championship, which was held in Poland for the first time. The Germany team won their second title by beating Spain 24-17 in the final. Croatia got the bronze medal, defeating Norway. The hosting came to sixth position. Despite the Polish supporters' disappointment, the atmosphere during the matches was thrilling and involving. It was a great chance for main Polish cities to promote themselves among over 400,000 fans supporting 16 different teams. The other important issue, which is still being discussed, is the climate change. Scientists focus governments and public attention on the consequences of global warming and unpredictable weather changes. The latest example of extreme weather was noticed in New York in January. Sudden blizzards, one of the largest in the city history, and huge snowfalls caused problems in public transport. There was a vehicle, railway and subway service ban. Moreover, many schools and public institutions had to be closed. Now, focusing on the weather in Poland, it should be mentioned that we will stay in the mass of warm air. Initially, it will be cloudy in the whole country, with some small clearings in the south and west. In the other regions, local rainfalls are expected, in the east with some snow. During the daytime, the area of clearings will widen, so sunny weather can be seen in most parts of the country. The maximum temperature will vary from 3 Celsius degrees in the west to 12 Celsius degrees in the east of Poland. The mild wind is expected to blow in some parts of the country. As the winter break still lasts in Poland, we have recent news about skiing conditions. Despite the temperature above 0 Celsius degrees, The snow can still be seen in some popular skiing resorts. Thank you for your attention. It was Michał Bartol speaking. Bye.